have First versus Jaedong here, Protoss versus Zerg, Korea versus Korea. So let's jump right on in to our first map, as we have spawning up to the top left-hand corner, our red Protoss, representing Incredible Miracle and Korea. Give it up for First! Down to the bottom left, our blue Zerg, representing Evil Geniuses in Korea. Give it up for Jaedong!
At first, I don't think I've seen First do too many gateway expansions. So although he's very capable of doing that, in this first game he's going to open with a pylon down his ramp, so probably a Forge expand and a quick scout, which is interesting. You don't necessarily always have to scout with this, but I guess Jaedong is one of those players. He's shown guts before. He's gone for some cheeses in some very important games, sometimes even the last game of a series. Sometimes he's pulled it off, sometimes not. But First, he's not going to want to take any risk there. And I think this is a very good indication that First, he might want to play standard from there. Look, is he even going for the Forge on 14?
Wow. Well,
this is very early. Like, you don't have to do this. You can throw it down much later, but I guess since this is a 4-players map, and he hasn't scouted his opponent first.
But he's sending out the second probe. Is this to say, just in case you're going for the hatchery, I'm going to try and cannon rush, or just at least know where you are?
Yes, very, very nicely read here, Kailaris. This is exactly what this is. I think he's just going to want to cannon rush the hatchery first of Jaedong, and we have a hatchery first. So Jaedong is going to need perfect defense, which we've seen him pull off before. I think it was against Naniwa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we saw a very, very similar thing with Naniwa, trying to go for a similar build as well. His Forge was a little bit earlier, I believe, against this, but now he's moving into position. It's already been seen by the Overlord, so how well can this work out for First?
It really depends how he throws down the pylon and just if he's... Oh, no, actually, he's just faking it. I think he might realize, since he scouted this very late and he's been spotted with the second Overlord, this will be too hard to pull off. He has to add in the games with his Naniwa, so he's just going to throw down a Nexus for now. I would have liked to see a pylon on the expansion. I think Jaedong would have pulled a lot of drones, and then you just cancel the pylon, you only lose 25. But in this case, he just wanted to throw down his Nexus as soon as possible, and he did just that.
No too bad a position here for First, as well as Jaedong, as he continues to power on with his spawning pull just about to finish. Meanwhile, First just walling off, making sure that nothing crazy is going to happen. But Gateway before Cannon here, a little bit more of a macro focused and more kind of focused towards your tech build, as he doesn't believe there's going to be too many Zerglings out to pressure him very early, and he'd be right about that.
Yeah, I like that First open so safe in the first game. He didn't want to get surprised, to get tricked or anything. So even scouting with the 2 probes, he just made sure that he wasn't going to get rushed by some kind of Zergling. Zerglings early on, he got his early Forge, and he was safe against everything, literally. Like, at worst, he would have had to make a pylon into his main, in his main, and got a cannon there, but now he's going to be able to confirm the third, and he's going to be able to know that there is no very quick aggression headed his way. I think he's going to be pretty happy about this and start chrono boosting probes.
Yep, certainly so. Cannon's on the way, as well as that cybernetics core here, and he's not actually chrono boosting just yet. He's saving it up.
Lots of energy in the main. A little bit surprising out of the player of this caliber. Do you think he could be saving this for +1 and warp gate? Maybe he's got 150 gas already, so we're gonna see. Lots of chrono boost saved up in the main, actually.
As a professional Protoss player, Todd, is this something that you have gone to in the past in terms of putting on some aggression early to save up this chrono boost, or is this something that First is, it's a little bit more stylized towards him?
He doesn't strike me as the kind of player who would go for a very, very aggressive build with chrono boost on the warp gate. Like, I could see him doing the +1 plus 4 gateway, Zealot aggression, but without chrono boosting the warp gate and +1 usually. And he throws down the Stargate, so I guess this is weird.
Yeah.
Look, the main Nexus is almost... Okay, it was almost full energy at this point, and he just chrono boosted both of his Nexus.
Okay, yeah, plenty of probes queued up there as well, so he can just kind of crank out as much economy as possible. And he's up to 33 probes against 34 drones, but that drone count now is going to start to climb up as well, very, very strongly here for Jaedong, as he's getting a few Zerglings, just a sprinkling to keep himself defended in the middle of the map, make sure he doesn't get caught off guard by anything. A nice position here for Jaedong, just to say, I'm safe for now.
And there is a probe out on the map by First on the bottom right-hand side of the map. He was okay. I thought he was going to get supply block, but he had made a pylon in the corner of his base, and that Overlord, where's the Stalker? It's not on the map, so the Overlord might be able to spot the Stargate here. First, he should have kept his Stalker in his main. I don't know why he left the Zealot in the wall and sent the Stalker out, but now he might be scouted. You never want this to happen against Jaedong. And behind this, he throws down 2 gateway, usually it's 3, to possibly go for some aggression. Oh, the probe out on the map. He's going to be found. This is big.
Yeah, nice scout there by Jaedong with these Zerglings, making sure he's covered every single position on the map. I mean, look at the mini-map. It's almost entirely been covered right now with scouting. So Jaedong really keeping an eye on things, taking perfect precautions against first.
And the 4th gateway was thrown down at the natural. First, he took the 3rd and 4th gases at his expansion. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Robo. Yeah, we do see it go down now. And he's going to start the harass with the Phoenixes. Let's see how much he can do with that. He's going to have to do a lot here. I feel like Jaedong, he's drawn perfectly in this game. He hasn't missed a single inject. He's throwing down his pork orders at the exact right time he has to now, just when the Phoenixes get there. Look, one single Phoenix is going to be attacking that Queen. I think Jaedong doesn't really care. Like, the Spore's going to finish. The Queen won't even die later on.
And it was the perfect positioning for the Queen as well. All too often you see Zergs leave their Queen on the bottom of the hatchery, just to kind of where it actually spawns, but he brings it back to the mineral line.
Ooh. First, he only saw one of the evolution chambers. He didn't see both of them. If he had seen them now, I mean, this is pretty important. You know that your opponent is getting upgrades and he's not going to be all that aggressive. You can even see if they are upgrading by the way they are moving. And I'm surprised this happened. Usually first is the guy who sees everything, very much so like Rain. He's very good at scouting and adapting, but in this case, he has seen only one of the Evos. Oh,
I think he's going to try and go and secure his 3rd. There was an Overlord there, but it's not actually spreading creep, so he can't do that. Zerglings try and push in, but I don't think they're going to get too much done here. Yeah. Good force fields will save the majority of the sentries.
Yeah, nothing died actually by first. Jaedong, if he had gone for a run-by, the wall wasn't closed by first, so he would have had to warp a Zealot right on time. And with the 1-1 melee and carapace upgrade going down, and that infestation pit, we see Jaedong reverting to his, I guess you could say, all style, where you go for lots of Zerglings into Ultras.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there is still lots of possibilities. He could do something else, but I really do think that that's what he wants to go for here. And all of those Phoenixes getting some nice kill on some drones here.
It's a great tactic to go for on a map like that is so wide open. If he takes engagements in the middle of the map, first could try and just stabilize on the 3 base and choke up those locations. But aside from that, whoa, Zergling's going to run in here. Again, spending a lot of force fields. He can try and save as many of these units, but the Zergling's trapped in with those sentries. He catches 2 of them. Zergling's still going to town on a lot of these Zealots, and even more Zerglings coming in. Jaedong is committed to this.
Wow, this is a 1-1 timing, very, very strong here. First wasn't ready. He missed the force fields, and his 3rd base is going to have to be cancelled. This is huge. Jaedong behind this, he just has to take 2 hive, get some ultras, and he's going to be in a perfect position. He's already started to do. He's getting pathogen glands now, and first he's getting Colossus now. Does he all in from there? I feel like he's in a really bad position. He might have to. Look, he's throwing down lots of gateways in his main. He's overly saturated on his expansion. We might see first not actually playing his very best here. He's thrown off his best game by Jaedong playing so well.
Yeah, I think he's in a terrible position. But the thing is that Jaedong right now only has Zerglings. Getting pathogen glands, obviously, with Infestors would help out a lot. But once Thermal Lance is done with Colossus, that gets a little bit effective. Does first now just have to go before Hive is there, before Ultralisks are there?
Yeah, possibly. And Hive just started as first left the main of Jaedong, so he's not even going to know that this happened. I think he's just going to try to retake his 3rd from there and play safe and, I guess you could say, turtly, like with some camping, but ooh, Jaedong going for the huge attack on those units.
Zerglings, are they going to actually kill off a Colossus here? If they do, that's bad times, but first he's actually going to get it. He gets the Colossus. The Immortal might end up falling as well. This Zergling assault by Jaedong has been fantastic, killing off army after army. These Zealots have not had a chance at all to deal with this. And Jaedong in game number 1 looking great.
Yeah, making every single decision right. First had seen how many Zerglings there was. I'm surprised he didn't try to wall his army off next to the Nexus. And now he didn't have enough force fields too because of losing the first few sentries that he had. So he's actually, I feel like he's lost right now. He's getting 1 extra Phoenix, which he does not particularly need. Ooh, Jaedong's going to get right back in there. I don't think this time he should be able to make this work. He's going to go for the target on the Nexus.
Oh, will he be able to get it here? If he could, that'd be great. But at the same time, he cleaned up a lot of the Zerglings. He's going to get it again. First, he's going to lose it. He didn't cancel either. Oh my God, Jaedong Jaedong here with this aggression, and now behind it, the Ultralisk Cavern goes down. First has a timer above his head. He needs to do something. As 3-3 start, adrenal glands as well. Jaedong in game number 1 is actually taking the fight to first so well.
He's taking a force base. He's going to take the gases just right as the hatchery finishes there. And Jaedong is playing so well right now. He's not here for second place this time. I can tell you this much.
Oh, yeah. And if he gets past this, he's going to have to go up against a Terran, which I think he's pretty happy with. Entirely depends on how well he prepares.
First, he didn't see the hive morphing yet, so he's going to go. I think he's going to go and check on that now. He's going to see the hive finish, possibly the Ultralisk Cavern. If he goes in there with his phoenixes, he's going to be like, oh man, I need to start making some immortals now.
The infestors in the middle of the map were moving down to try and catch these Phoenix. These are the only thing that are keeping Jaedong back just a little bit here with that Phoenix harassment. Very, very minute in detail, though, as Jaedong, for now, he flies in. He sees the Ultralisk Cavern. He sees that whirring away as well with chitinous plating. Colossi are on the way, but I don't even think that's going to matter. 5 Ultralisks are in production. They're going to do so much damage.
And Jaedong is on 80 drones right now. This is almost perfect. He just needs a few more. He needs to saturate his force base very nicely. He's going to be able to get so many Zerglings and Ultras out that with these Queens in support and the Infestors, he can go for a kill move a little bit later on if he wants to. He can try. And for first to hold this, he's going to be so hard. I mean, he finally saw the Ultralisk take. So from there, he's going to try to get as many Immortals out as he can. He's getting charged as well. He's getting the second Robo. But he needs basically to match the amount of Ultralisk with the Immortals. If there is 6 Ultralisk out, he needs 6 Immortals. He's going to need a bunch of Archons to tank. And look, he's going for a wall-off. This is so smart.
Yes, he needs this. He absolutely needs this. He knows he needs to buy time when the engagement comes. Good Fungal will lock down those Phoenix here as Jaedong kills off a lot of them. Will one Infestor go down? Oh, a Transfuse as well, saving that Infestor. Meticulous play here by Jaedong in game number 1.
And you know, there are some situations where doing this can be worth it because you make the Infestors use a lot of energy on this. But no, it wasn't one of those cases because the Infestors, they only use, I think, 2 or 3 Fungals. They still have a bunch of energy. And the Phoenixes, they really could have helped in the fight as well, lifting all of those Infestors. And I think Jaedong is going to go for it.
Jaedong says the time is now. Those Colossi trying to do the damage from the back here, but Zerglings run into the back as well. They may actually mess with the Colossi, but the Colossi are doing a good job of focus firing down these Ultralisks where they can. Gateways buying a lot of time. One Infested Terran gets lobbed forwards here as Jaedong tries to break this wall, and he's breached it. He is just about to breach it. One pile and a few more Gateways. Immortals coming in from the side. Great transfuses keeping these Ultralisks alive, but he has to pull back. The wall was enough for first to buy a little bit of time.
Yeah, well, more than a little bit, actually. It was enough for him to hold this attack, which he wasn't particularly supposed to hold. I'm surprised Jaedong even kept on fighting at this point. I think he believes he has enough economy to lose this army and still go for it. First got overconfident here. He moved out.
He moved into the middle of the map. This is catastrophic for him. The Ultralisk chase down the Colossi. They go down. The Immortals get pinned back with the Zerglings. And now Jaedong, GG,